endless affection without any expectations.
I think, in a word, selflessness.
I think being there for each other, not just during the hard times, but in success too.
I would say genuineness in every action and open appreciation.
I don't know. I think it's a little thing. Yeah, it's a little thing. It doesn't matter to me as much as if a friend does or does not express with large gestures, But how they communicate during the smallest arguments or how much they value those little moments we have together. All of that matters. It's the little things that slowly reveal how much a person loves their friend.
I got tested positive for COVID-19. My world stopped.
It started when I was down with a fever, which ended up getting my parents sick. For a long time, I was struggling because I blamed myself for affecting my family.
When tested positive, they admitted all of us immediately. My father's health kept getting worse.
He developed pneumonia. His distress breathing made it worse and he was rushed to the ICU.
He witnessed a lot of death. It was traumatizing.
I was afraid, worried, lonely, and tired from sleepless nights of praying for my dad's health. I missed my parents.
I missed my parents.
I missed my parents.
I never would have imagined my teachers or friends going through something like this. You never expect it to happen to people you know or yourself, that matter. You just don't. Due to the pandemic, my father lost his job. Not only did this affect our financial stability, but it took an emotional toll on my family.
My dad was mentally exhausted from the uncertainty of his employment, and my mom was distressed from trying to make ends meet.
I had never seen my parents this way. I was afraid and had only one question ringing in my ears. What if my family never goes back to being happy again?
The anxiety of the pandemic triggered my eating habits. I had put on an immense amount of weight and I can't seem to recognize myself.
When I look in the mirror, it feels like a stranger is looking back at me.
I feel ashamed and afraid. What if friends don't like me anymore when they see me after lockdown?
I used to call my dad's older sister Mom. I lost her during this lockdown. She was the only one who took care of me throughout my childhood.
And then suddenly she was gone forever. It felt like I lost a part of myself.
Do you know how it feels to lose the one person you love the most in this world? I hope you don't. I miss her.
Every day is a fight for me with my Asperger's syndrome. Although meditation has helped me calm down, the pandemic has not been easy on me. I hope this ends soon.
I was volunteering with the Delhi government helpline this quarantine. I came across many people who were starving.
They couldn't even go to the government-appointed schools that were distributing food because they were scared that the police would beat them on sight.
I still remember the number of people who cried because they thought they would die of starvation. I felt desperate, helpless, frustrated, and angry.
I tried my best to help and reach out to the NGOs to deliver food. Till then, I coped through prayer and belief that there has to be a way to help.
It was not easy. It was mentally exhausting.
I don't know what to say. I guess I'm just proud to have a teacher like this in my college.
My family met with a tragic event this lockdown and I wasn't able to connect with them.
I was filled with helplessness and hopelessness. I simply did not know what to do and felt extremely guilty.
I don't think that we as students see our teachers beyond an educational setting. That they have been impacted by this too, and the fact that they mask all of this when they come and teach us is a pretty shocking revelation.
That was definitely unexpected. I mean, we were told that we'd be reading responses from lockdown experiences, but I didn't expect them to be from my own friends and teachers, let alone them be such challenging incidents. I guess you never really know what the people around you are battling against.
These are written by the people I see on a daily basis, the people I know and I care about. This doesn't sit right with me.
It makes me wonder if I could have expressed my love for the ones around me more or better.
Are we starting with the teachers this time?
During my time with the government helpline, several isolated people called me. One such man called me every day, unable to cope on his own.
I spoke with him regularly, helping him with ways to cope a little better each day.
By the time the access to the special trains were given, he had become strong enough to manage the pressure. Once he reached home, he called to thank me for the support I had provided.
He said he couldn't have made it without me. My heart was filled with content, happiness and satisfaction. The months of work paid off. I made a difference and I was happy.
During this lockdown, I received calls from several of my previous batch of students thanking me for my service.
They were all very happy with their board exam results. Messages from my students' parents and grandparents made me feel extremely encouraged, as though my efforts were noticed and appreciated.
I was proud of my friends. Was this little gesture made me feel proud of myself.
Like I said, it's the little things that count,
I was so excited for my 18th birthday. I had everything pictured. My parents would let me ride a car for the first time and I would take my friends out to our favorite cafe at college.
With the lockdown, the countdown leading to my birthday didn't matter anymore. I felt miserable because I wasn't able to celebrate adulthood.
But just then, my friend surprised me with a virtual party. My friends, family and teachers put together a beautiful birthday video and they played music through the call to which everyone danced in their homes. I felt so special. Wow.
My parents and I did something to spread some love for our grandfather who was all alone in the different cities. After grandma passed away, he had been very lonely and this lockdown only made it worse.
My grandma made him a blue blanket years ago, and that was his all-time favorite. He would carry it around for every vacation he went on. He lost it a few years ago.
My parents and I found a similar blanket online and couriered it to Dadu as a surprise. He immediately video called us and you should have seen the look on his face.
I had never seen Dadu that happy before.
My older sister and her husband gave birth to their first child and I became an aunt this lockdown.
We helped our friend start her own online baking business and she's been the happiest since.
My little brother and I surprised her parents by decorating their room's wall with a photo collage of the best of their memories to cheer them up. They were sad from not being able to celebrate their 15th anniversary the way they wished to. So we took them on a trip down memory lane.
My best friend baked and couriered a box of her best chocolate chip cookies when I lost a contest I was preparing very hard for. That is so nice.
My older brother and I have been sending each other handwritten letters throughout this lockdown.
Our classmate was diagnosed with COVID-19 and was admitted right when online classes started. We stepped up and took turns to make notes for her so she'd find it easier to catch up. She later told us how supported and loved she felt. I was so glad that I played a part. That's really great.
I feel refreshed, yeah. Refreshed.
Inspired.
I guess a little guilty that I didn't show the same love for my friends and teachers that way.
Absolutely. This made me learn that it doesn't end with caring for someone, we need to show it too.
Oh, definitely. Like, I would think of a creative way to show love to my family, friends, and teachers. These are hard times, and if we don't have each other's back, then who will?